today I would like to set the context for today's session. So to do that, I'm gonna invite a few volunteers here. So anyone who has experience on email marketing, a big round of applause for joining, please. Anyone who is in day in day out is dealing with CRM or has worked on CRM, knows how this lead and opportunity management works. Okay, yeah, please come forward. And then anyone who has worked on website, who understands UI, UX, how the websites work, how do we collect data from website. Harshit, all right. So here now we have 3 people, and now I want every one of you to visualize these 3 people as 3 touch points the customer is having with a brand. So one is email marketing. We are doing a lot of email marketing, and then the customers are engaging with those emails. Then we have CRM. So whenever you create a lead, you submit an inquiry, you place an order with a brand, that is where that person handles your data. And then we have one person from the website. So whatever you are doing on a website is taken care by this persona. Okay. Now I would like to call one person who will be my consumer. So ma'am, can you please come forward? So what generally you like to do shopping on? Like, do you like clothes? Do you like gadgets? What kind of things you do usually shopping on? Clothes. Okay. So let's say 4 months ago, you placed an order and then you purchased a women formal jacket for one of your colleague who was getting relocated to US, and then you wanted to give them a gift. So one jacket you purchased. So where did that data will gonna land out of these persona? Which persona will capture that data that you have purchased a women formal jacket 4 months ago? Website, and then at the end CRM. Okay, so as a CRM, what do you know about this person?
I know basic details like order details and the information of person like first name, last name.
First name, okay. Email. And then what product she has purchased?
Women formal jacket.
Women formal jacket. Okay. Now let's say 1.5 month, around 45 days back, this brand was running a campaign, and then you opened an email, and that email was regarding sport shoes. Okay, so there was a fancy email, you opened it, you liked those shoes, you clicked on it. Where that data will gonna get captured? Email. So now what do you know about this person?
I know about like her preference, like she has clicked on, so maybe she is interested.
So what's her preferences?
Like she is interested in shoes.
In sports shoes. Okay, so formal jacket and then sports shoes. Okay, and then one fine day she landed on the website, and then she started looking watches. Okay, so you were looking maybe for your partner, or for someone, you were looking for a nice watch. So as a website, what do you know about this person?
Yeah, so for me, she only want to purchase the watches.
Okay, so now there are 3 personas a brand is owning, and all 3 personas identify customers separately. And what is the output of it? She is sending her emails every week regarding sport shoes. Your salespersons are calling her regarding
Formal women jacket.
Formal women apparels. And then on website you are doing personalization for
Men's watch.
Men's watch. And she just wants to buy a necklace now. Okay. So what exactly is happening here? All these 3 persona are consuming a lot of cost from the brand. It's not easy. There is a sales people, they have purchased a CRM system. There are sales people who are doing day in, day out cold calling. It is consuming a lot of cost. Salesforce Marketing Cloud, we all know that is one of the most expensive product out there. And then there are consultants who are building those emails and sending it out. So they are doing a lot of effort. And then of course, website, a lot of thought process, planning is going into the personalization. But then are you happy with those emails and then continuous bombardment of these things, the cold calls?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Okay. So even though the brand is putting all this hard work, it is what the output is? A frustrated customer. And that is the exact problem which a brand is dealing these days. They have the data. but in silos. They are putting a lot of money, they are putting a genuine effort, they are putting everything they can, but the output is the frustrated customer. Okay, so this is the problem which the businesses are trying to solve, and this is the context I want to set, that through Data Cloud or through this session, we will hopefully get an idea how a business can solve that problem and convert this frustrated customer into a converted customer. That is what a brand wants to do. So a big round of applause for our volunteers. Yep. So with that context, I would like to hand it over to our lovely speakers for today. Ladies, take it away. Thank you so much.
Thamagani, Jaipur marketers. It's great to have you all here on this Saturday morning. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedules and coming here and joining with us in this networking, chit-chat and knowledge sharing session. With that, I welcome you all to Tech Brews and Consulting Views August 23 edition. Let's get started with today's session, Salesforce Data Cloud, fostering hyper-personalization and customer loyalty. Today we are mentioning about hyper-personalization and personalization. So first let's understand what both of them are. Personalization provides the customer a tailored experiences using the historical data that they have already saved for that particular system in their system. Whereas when we talk about hyper-personalization, it takes it one level up. It works on real-time data as well as historical data of the customer, and then works on giving them more relevant experiences and customized experiences. Let's understand it with the example. So many of you will be coffee lovers over here. I'm taking a completely hypothetical scenario over here. Like many others coffee lovers, I'm also a coffee lover, and there is this brand, say loveforcoffee.com, a very fancy name though. So I'm a loyal customer of loveforcoffee.com for past 10 years. And loveforcoffee.com has stores all over India, and they also have provision that we can purchase from them through an application. So they have their application, and they also have their website. So 3 mediums from which you can order: one by going to the store, second by application, and by the website itself. And my most common orders are a cold brew, which is called Cafe Frappe of hazelnut flavor, and a donut. So let's say if I have ordered with them 100 times, which is a lot, so out of almost 80 times, I have ordered with them Cafe Frappe, hazelnut flavor, and a donut. A personalized experience in this case would be, whenever I'm going to the store and they are getting my name, or I'm visiting on their website or application, they can flash me messages that, hey, we are having an offer on cold brews. Do you want to grab your favorite hazelnut cafe frappe? Or based on my previous purchases and the transaction amount that I already have with the store, they can offer me some discounts that, okay, you are a loyal customer, and do you want to shop? As you have already shopped for this particular amount, we are offering you 10% discount. Another example, they are having my historical data, so it might contain my special days like my birthday or anniversaries. They may push me notifications on my birthdays that, hey, just pass by and coffee is on us. Now if I talk about hyper-personalization. As I said in the beginning, hyper-personalization works on real-time data. So now if I'm saying real-time data, it might also identify my geographic location, any demographic, firmographic details, any change in all of those things. I was in Jaipur, and then I went for a vacation to Shimla. So in Shimla, it's really cold, and because of some reason, my phone was not working, so I'm not able to access the application. So I used my husband's phone to install the app and register, because I could not using my same number, as I was not able to even get the OTP. So when I registered, I did put my first name, last name same, but since my number was not working, I used my husband's mobile number and kept the email also same. So you see, the 3 things that was originally present in their database were same, but there was one thing that did not match, which was the number. A hyper-personalized experience could be when I will log into the system with these details, it will identify me as the existing customer and it will stitch all my previous orders and will give me the same kind of hyper-personalized experiences that, okay, do you again want a cold brew? The second use case here is, as soon as I'm ordering and I change my location from Jaipur to Shimla, within seconds it should realize that there is a change of geographic location, and maybe then it can give me another push notifications that it's really cold and you want to try a hot beverage with us of your favorite flavor. So that is the main difference in between personalization and personalization. Real-time data, historical data, and that too, the transactions are done within milliseconds. I hope that makes it clear. Let's move on further and talk about evolution of data cloud. So you must have came across all these pointers, maybe searching about anything related to data cloud, CDP, or maybe doing any research around marketing, right? So I'll start with Customer 360. So Salesforce already had an application for different purposes. Let's take an example. A customer data is present around different applications like Health Cloud. In Health Cloud, it is having its insurance details, it's all the health related data. The same patient is also having its data, maybe in the sales record if he wants to buy a new insurance. So he comes to the Sales Cloud as a lead. Then the same person can also be present in the Marketing Cloud for any engagements that he is doing over the website. Then came the need that how do we show a unified view of this particular customer within Salesforce. That's when Customer 360 was launched by Salesforce as a product, and it solved that purpose of the unified view and a single source of truth from all the applications that were within Salesforce. When this particular product was actually qualifying all the needs, that Salesforce further launched CDP. So the one limitation with Customer 360 was it was not able to get the data from external sources in that unified view. That is when Salesforce launched their own CDP in 21. So with launch of CDP, that problem of the external sources data coming into the system got solved. But still, another problem arose with the growing data, which was now we wanted real-time data to come into the system as soon as that event was taking place. Working on the same, Salesforce launched Genie last year at Dreamforce. It enabled real-time processing of the data. So that one problem solved with the launch of Genie. CDP and Genie together. So Genie can be a Sales Genie, a Health Cloud Genie, and similarly Data Cloud Genie. So CDP and Genie together, when the first release came this year in 2023, it was renamed to Data Cloud. Before we deep dive into the technical details of Data Cloud, let's see one of the leading examples of a customer where Salesforce data implementation was a huge success. F1 Formula 1. I believe the name would have been heard almost by everyone over here, right? Maybe in the form of Formula 1 hotels, Formula 1 races, or somewhere or the other, you must have heard this name. For those who do not know, Formula 1 is an internationally recognized company known for its racing event for open-wheel cars. They conduct events round the globe, which are racing events, and they are called Grand Prix. So any fans, Formula 1 has a huge fan following already. So any user who is a Formula 1 fan can go through their website, go and search various different teams. So all the famous automobile brands like Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren participate in the Formula 1 races, and they have their drivers as part of Formula 1 team. So any fans can go through their website, read through biographies of their drivers, and read the scores and related things about the teams. They can also go to the store and purchase this specifically that really some like the kids are really interested in sometimes jerseys of their favorite teams and everything. So all those merchandise stores and even the online stores have those jerseys and accessories related to their drivers. The tickets for the Grand Prix are also available, and they can also be purchased whenever a Grand Prix is upcoming. So why are we listening to all this story? I'm just coming there. In 2019, Formula One got featured in a very famous Netflix series. The series was Formula One Drive to Survive. It was a documentary on the lives of the riders who participate in these races. With the launch of this release, the fan base of the Formula One, especially the virtual and the television viewers, almost tripled in number. So here, when I'm saying tripled in number, I'm talking about the millions of viewers that started increasing with the launch of this particular release. As soon as this started happening, it started capturing Formula One leadership attention, and they realized out of 100% of their fan base, it's only 1% who makes it actually to the Grand Prix events. And obviously, if a Grand Prix is happening at one point, not all the fans globally will be able to attend it. So 99% of their fans were television viewers, and it was very important for them to engage them and give them personalized experiences. Matthew Kemp, who is the CRM head of Formula One, said in one of his interviews, with over 500 million fans, how do we understand who they are, what they like, and continue to grow that audience? That particular thought embarked the journey of Salesforce Data Cloud implementation with Formula One. Let's move ahead and see some of the problems that Formula One and even other companies face. So everyone, I think everyone here are in IT industry, and such problems, if you're hearing from your clients, that is when you can tell them that Data Cloud will be a best fit and it will outshine in that case. All the leads data, the sales data at that particular time for Formula One was being captured as Excel sheets, and that too manually handled by sales rep. Thereafter, all the stores and order data, so somebody who is purchasing the Grand Prix tickets or purchasing their favorite jerseys or any other accessories from the store or maybe from the booths or any online store, all those were also stored in a separate channel. Then the engagement data of fan. With this series, the fans wanted to learn more about the teams, so the engagement data over the website, which particular fan is reading about what team, what all things they are navigating to, was again in a different system. So data was present, but it was present in silos. Bad and repetitive data. With so many fans around the globe, it was obvious that when all the data that are coming from different systems, it will be a repetitive, and maybe some of them could be a fuzzy or a bad data. Switching in between multiple applications. So this is in respect to the service representatives. For all the virtual viewers, if they got any of the issues during a live telecast, they were not able to reach Formula One service representatives because the turnaround call time increased so much, and they were not able to cater to their loyal customers, as they did not have any interface which could tell them which caller is calling and how it has to be prioritized. Need better forecasting. So forecasting is something that was the need of the hour, as if they were planning a next Grand Prix in an area, it would have been really beneficial for them to understand what's the fan base of that area so that they can engage those audience in a better way. Similarly, there are many other pain points which Formula One or other companies would face, and Data Cloud implementation can help them resolve it. Some of them are personalized customer experience, increase efficiency by using AI and automation, need real-time engagement data, single unified view of customer data, and intelligence insights. Now let's see how Data Cloud implementation actually helped in overcoming all these issues and improve the customer's journey. So with Data Cloud implementation, all those data that was lying in silos was brought together under the umbrella of Data Cloud. A single unified view of the customer was stitched, and the system was now able to understand what this particular fan likes, what are his favorite teams, what are his engagements. So with that particular data, they were able to give them a better experience. So as soon as they logged in, let's say for the first case, if there is a television viewer during a live Grand Prix who is logging in to watch that race, they started pushing in notification. So let's say this is a fan of a team Mercedes and his favorite driver is Lewis Hamilton. So they can push in notifications saying that, hey, Lewis Hamilton is going to wear this cap and jersey, do you want to buy it? So this is one of the examples that I'm quoting for a personalized experience. Another example here I can quote is, for a fan who's wanting to buy a ticket for Grand Prix, and let's say he's again a fan of Mercedes team, as soon he's logging into the system is actually helping them to capture a seat above their favorite garage of Mercedes so that maybe they can do a hi and hello to their favorite drivers. Hence, Data Cloud implementation really helped in Formula One to foster their customer journey. Let's go ahead and see a visual of this transformation so that you can connect the dots better.
In the past, the Formula One experience could have been seen more romantic, with a picnic on the hill of a track, watching the heroes. The evolution from the old days has been incredible. Today, the F1 experience is very special.
F1 is the greatest sporting and entertainment spectacle on the planet. The smell of the tyres, the sound of the car roaring past.
As soon as the lights go out, you know you are watching something history may never see again.
Try to Survive has been phenomenal to capture new fans interested in the behind-the-scene experience, knowing our drivers.
It's exciting fans worldwide.
We have over 500 million fans. Over a third of them are new in the last 4 years.
Formula One keeps getting bigger, the impact keeps getting bigger.
Our database is continuing to grow 30-40% year on year.
The key for us is to make sure that we have the customer at the center.
And therefore our strategic partnership with Salesforce is imperative. We want to make sure that we're designing an experience for our fan like no other. We have 23 races, but only 1% of our fan base actually gets to be at a race.
And so how do we engage the other 99%?
Fans have changed. We've seen a much younger and a much more female fan base.
They'll have their TV broadcast in front of them. They'll have a device showing all of the live content, another showing all of that rich data that comes through.
Everyone has a different relationship with Formula One, with Customer 360, and that single source of truth, we're creating these digital experiences that really resonate with a fan at an individual level.
With AI, data, and CRM, we are now able to innovate like never before.
Innovation has been always the drive of our success, the DNA of Formula One.
From an AI perspective, we can truly talk to our fans on a personalized one-to-one basis.
Speak different language, have different narratives.
Understand those different markets.
Be proactive, create these magical connections and bring them closer to the action than ever before. The key to doing that is data.
We've been collecting data across all of these touch points.
We have so much data coming into us.
Salesforce helps us visualize the data in a faster way.
And we're using Data Cloud to create personalized experiences in a way that nobody's ever seen before. We like to think of ourselves as a fan company. And as we grow our fan base and we grow our data, working with Salesforce, we're finding loads of new ways to bring those experiences to life.
That's really what it's all about, the joy of our fans, embracing the unique experience in Formula One. This is really magic for us.
Wasn't that powerful? And yes, that is the power of Data Cloud. So we talked about evolution, we talked about challenges, we talked about how we mitigated them. So Data Cloud is a platform that is actually delivering customer magic for sure. How it is doing that? It ingests data from all the sources within and outside the Salesforce, stitch them into a single unified view, which can further be leveraged for personalized and hyper-personalized experiences for the customer. With that, I will hand over to Ruchi to take you further in each step and do a deep dive into it. Thank you, guys.
Hey everyone, Ruchi this side. So I'm going to, so first of all, I hope all of you have good context on what Data Cloud is and how it can personalize the experience for our customers. Okay, so now I'm going to showcase one of the case study from retail industry where Data Cloud helped to personalize and convert their unhappy customers to a happy one and loyal one. Okay, so let me introduce one shopaholic girl, Jaren. She is 24 years old and she is one of the loyal customers of Northern Trail Outfitters NTO. Okay, she usually purchases both online and offline. Okay, and her data resides in multiple systems of Northern Trail Outfitters NTO. For example, her store data resides in point of sale system. Her website interaction data resides in Interaction Studio. Her PII information along with her case history resides in CRM, and her email engagement or SMS engagement resides in Marketing Cloud. So recently she heard that NTO is running 50% discount for all its exclusive customers who have made a purchase of 25,000 or more last year. Okay, so she got very excited and she visits website, but there she did not get any offer. She got disappointed, and in a hope that she will get this offer from the store, she visits the nearby NTO store. There also she did not get the offer, and the shopkeeper mentioned that you do not qualify for the offer because the transaction amount shown on the system is only 2,500 rupees. So there were two challenges due to which Jaren was not able to avail the offer, though she was qualified for it. The first one is there is no system which has single source of truth for Jaren, right? Everywhere she is stored as a single different entity, right? And the second one is store data is not reflecting the transaction amount from website, and website is not reflecting the transaction amount from store, right? So these are the two challenges which Data Cloud is going to solve and convert this unhappy customer Jaren to a loyal one. So let's see how Data Cloud can do it. The overall Data Cloud process starts with data ingestion, wherein the external sources which contains Jaren's or other customers' data are connected to Data Cloud. So once the data gets ingested inside Data Cloud, you enter into data modeling phase. On the left hand side, you can see there are various data lake objects which has the ingested data, right? So DLO1, this DLO1 contains orders data from store, DLO2 contains orders data from website, DLO3 contains contact information from the store. Similarly, there will be many other data lake objects which contains other records of Jaren, right? Now, these data lake objects will get mapped with customer 360 data model, which is shown on the right hand side. What is this customer 360 data model? So Data Cloud has its own data model which is called customer 360 data model. In this data model, there are several data model objects. Okay. Now, these data lake objects will get mapped to data model object. Now, if you can see, there are different data lake objects to store the data from different sources. Now, all these orders from different DLOs will be mapped to single sales order data model object, and that is this orders data is unified. This sales order is the single source of truth for all the orders. Similarly, this data lake object 3 contact POS will be mapped with data model object individual, and this individual will be treated as a single source of truth for all the PII information of the customers like Jaren. So now, do you remember what was the first challenge due to which Jaren was not able to avail the offer?
Having multiple identities.
Yes, there were multiple identities of Jaren stored in different systems. So here, as you can see, Jaren is stored in different systems. Somewhere she is stored as different email address, somewhere she is having different phone number, and somewhere she is not even having same name. So this was the problem which Data Cloud will what Data Cloud will do? Data Cloud will have some matching rules on the basis of which it will stitch all these profiles into one. Coming on to identity resolution rules, or we call matching rules. After deeply analyzing the data of a customer like Jaren, we can write up these rules inside Data Cloud. So for example, if there is a fuzzy name and if there is a match on email address, it will merge the profile of Jaren across systems, right? If there is a fuzzy name of a customer and if there is a match on phone number, you can merge the profile and so on. So it will go on like this. Now, though I am not a magician, but I can show you some magic. Do you want to say it?
Yes.
Really? Okay. So once I execute these matching rules inside Data Cloud, this is the magic which will happen here with the help of Data Cloud. There are no more multiple profiles of Jaren now. There is only a single profile along with all her email addresses, phone numbers, order history, service case history, email, SMS engagement data stitched to the same profile. So we are done with the first piece of puzzle, that is getting a single source of truth for Jaren. The second one which we are about to solve via Data Cloud is getting her transaction data consolidated at one place, right? This is where insights come into picture. Insights calculate the complex attribute values from different sources with the help of SQL. Okay? So if you can see on the left hand side, this table is storing the transaction data of Jaren or other customers from store. And on the right hand side, this table is storing the transaction data of customers from website. This is the reason why Jaren was not able to get the discount. Here the transaction amount of Jaren shown is only 19,000 and on the website it is only 15,000. The highlighted ones are Jaren's record. Now what insights do? They will calculate the lifetime value or the consolidated transaction amount of Jaren and stitch it to the profile of her. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. So these are some of the use cases which can be, which insights can be, where insights can be used, right? We have already discussed customer lifetime value. Another use case could be CSAT score. So in today's world, we can collect the customer satisfaction score of customers from various channels, right? From social media followers, from in-app purchases, in-app surveys, from post-purchase screen or via offline channels, right? So insights can be used to consolidate and calculate the customer satisfaction score across all the systems. One more use case could be support, which I was just talking about. So suppose there is a customer or a prospect who is looking at some knowledge articles on the website, and after looking at those knowledge articles, that customer reaches out to the customer support team. If customer executive already know what all knowledge articles this user has already went through, will that customer support representative suggest the same articles or same knowledge transfer to the user? No. And this is how it will help the customer support representative to suggest the relevant data or relevant information to their users. Okay? So moving on to the next slide. So what do you think? Now both the pieces of puzzle are solved. We have the unified profile of Jaren available. We have the overall transaction value stitched to Jaren's profile. Will Jaren be able to see the offer or the personalized experience? Yes. Actually, Jaren will not be able to see the personalized experience still because the data of Jaren still reside in Data Cloud. It is not yet exported to other systems, right? So this data needs to be exported to other systems. That is where Jaren and other customers can be targeted through. This is where segmentation and activation comes into picture. Here we have the unified profile of Jaren available, and because it is not the good idea to export all the unified profiles to all the systems, right? Those unified profiles may be not relevant for their use case, correct? So here what we do, we filter these unified profiles on the basis of certain parameters. So for example, in our use case, we have to personalize experience of gerund by their lifetime value or transaction amount, correct? So here, what we are doing, we are creating a segment of our customers on the basis of their transaction value. If their transaction value is greater than 25,000, they will see the personalized experience, otherwise they will not. So this is what segmentation and activation is. Similarly, in the case of CSAT score, suppose there are some customers whose CSAT score is less than 7 or 6, they are churning at a high rate. So to get them engaged, what we can do, we can send them personalized emails and offer them some discounts or something else, correct? So this is what segmentation and activation. Okay, so I think all of you have seen the magic of Data Cloud, how it has ingested the data of a customer from multiple sources where the identity of a customer was different in all the sources. It created the unified profile out of those multiple profiles, and this profile can be leveraged in multiple systems to personalize their experience. As of now, it was website. You can use it in email personalization as well, or other systems as well. And this is how we have derived or converted an unhappy customer gerund to a happy, loyal customer.